Welcome to round 11 of the NPL New South Wales here at Christie Park with a local derby as the Northwest Sydney Spirit hosts the Northern Tigers here. It should be a very exciting encounter. Does that all sound good?
Yeah, sounds good. I'm going to check with Dr. Room to see what they do. On my end, it's really loud. But what I hear on my headphones, it's really loud. input 1's the effects and input 2 is the commentary. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Do you want me to swap it over now? Yeah, I'll swap it over now. Sorry about that. Is this better? Yeah. I'll just... Hello, can you hear me through the commentary mic? Awesome. So, I was just about to say, with the scaffolding, you see this bar here? Yeah, it kind of well, the corner's not completely blocked, but it is a bit of a pain. And it's the same for the right side as well. If I pan all the way to the right, you do see the scaffolding.
Annabelle. Nice to meet you.
Annabelle, so when I'm shooting that corner there...
Yeah, just stay back.
Yeah, just try to stay back a little
No worries. I can see this corner easy. I only need to lean forward when it's down here, so should be good.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. It's an exciting game. Awunyan, Fukaneko.
we do this nice and quickly and we're listening. Okay, keep walking, keep walking. Hold up. Keep walking, let's go, go. We can do this quicker. Fourteen, 13, 4 quicker, hurry up. Sutter, hurry up.
Hello and welcome to round 11 of the NPL New South Wales Women's Competition, coming to you live from Christie Park as Northwest Sydney Spirit host their annual Tribe Day. You can see the first grade women's squad being led out now by Captain Kayla Osborne through a tunnel with all the Spirit junior players through their boys JDL, girls JDL, their Association Youth League, Girls Youth League and Mixed Youth League squads all forming a tunnel for the first grade women's squad. And it's fantastic to see everyone here at Christie Park getting behind the team as they look set to take on the Northern Tigers. I'm Annabelle Banfield and I'm very excited to be part of this occasion, not only as with all the Tribe Day festivities going on, but it's also a very exciting game as 4th place Spirit host 5th place Northern Tigers, both teams looking to consolidate a spot in the semi-final positions. They've also got some new faces in for Spirit, a couple of A-League players return for the Northern Tigers. Savannah Murray comes back into the squad after serving her suspension last week, so there's a lot on the line today and it's sure to be an exciting matchup. I'll just run you through the lineups for the Northwest Sydney Spirit. Obviously in their home strip, yellow and black. They line up with number 4, Shani Cooney-Cross, number 5, Victoria Martin, number 7, Kayla Osborne, number 9, Sky Halmerick, number 10, Ella Abdulmasi, number 14, Christina Awunyon, number 17, Ariana Stoltzfus. Number 19, Victoria Kalusic. Number 27, Lucy Fukuneko. Number 31, Grace Smith. And number 66, Madison Gabila. And on the bench for the Spirit, number 3, Erin Pridmore. Number 6, Ruby Sullivan. Number 12, Michaeli Cochran. Number 18, Sienna Hawkins. Number 25, Michaela Gavranich. And number 29, Lacey Wynn. As for the Northern Tigers, they were undefeated until the last 2 weeks. They've had back-to-back losses, looking to get back to winning ways here this afternoon. They start with number 4, Isabella Keach. Number 5, Savannah Murray. Number 9, Hayley Johnson. Number 10, Charlotte Mortlock. Number 12, Saffron Grass. Number 14, Beth Bernardi. Number 16, Olivia Cartwright. Number 18, Bo Burton. Number 21, Nikola Dominikovic. Number 29, Rosie Ewan. And number 91, Jasmine Black. About to get us kicked off here are the Northern Tigers, wearing their all-black strip. On the bench for the Tigers, number 8, Jade McAtamney. Number 24, Julia Murphy. Number 26, Amy Longhurst. Number 28, Katia Clement. Number 44, Isla Witham. And number 51, Anna Ivanovic, as Hayley Johnson unleashes quite the speculator to start this first half. Not just well over the goal, but well over the clubhouse even, and showing signs they want to attack with some purpose, but they'll need a little bit more proficiency as well. Tigers have shown they're looking to have a fast start. Here's Grass. Pass was intercepted by Fukuneko. Now it's Fulham with Bernardi. Back to Ewan. Ewan makes her starting debut for the Northern Tigers. First grade squad. Normally a midfielder, but she's slotting in at right back for this afternoon's match. So interesting to see how that goes as she is matched up against Spirit's Ella Abdulmasi. Only her second game of the season after returning from A-League duties with Perth Glory. As Murray sends that forward, only for it to land with her opposing centre-back. Fuchineko's run doesn't end well. Stoltzfus there to clean up the mess. And I'm sure you can hear the Spirit cheer squad absolutely going off. They should be loud all game as they look to celebrate the great tribe and the great community atmosphere that's being built at Spirit. Bernardi struggling with Awinyon. Ewan's forced back. Keege for Bernardi. Tough to control. Bernardi did well. Now Mortlock. Spirit awarded the throw-in. And two quite different philosophies facing off with these two sides. Spirit, mostly homegrown talent, lots of young players. As that cross from Osborne's caused more trouble than it should have. Cartwright gives up the corner. I mean, the epitome is being led by Kayla Osborne, 19-year-old captain, local junior, come through the whole Spirit pathway system. And there's plenty of other teenagers out there for Spirit. Tigers, they do have some locally grown players as well, but a little bit older, a few more imports coming through. Shani Cooney cross to take the corner. For Spirits, curling. Cleared by Ewan. Spirit would be on high alert for set pieces, conceding 2 goals from corners last week, both that were scored directly from the corner against Arpia Leichhardt. And actually both from different sides of the field, so no doubt they've had some corner practice. Grace Smith put under some early pressure by Dominikovic there. Very poor attempt to clear, and she's got away with one there. Long ball towards Stoltzfus, just over the head of the American, who made the team of the week last week alongside striker Sky Halmerick, who's on quite the run. Halmerick scoring 8 goals in her last 3 games, 13 on the season, and no doubt she'd like to add to that tally today as she leads the Golden Boot race. Another local gem for Spirit coming through from a local association club through the mixed juniors and youth setup, and just a Spirit way to breed players who are young but ready for first grade as young players. Halmerick dropping in to receive it in the midfield. Back to Cooney Cross. Grass with interception, who's been really good in recent weeks for the Tigers. Last week had to step up and play centre back since Murray was suspended. And despite the 3-1 scoreline, Grass actually played really well. That ball was well defended by the Spirit, didn't allow Johnson a chance to get onto it. As things stand, Johnson is second on the Golden Boot tally, 4 goals behind Sky Halmerick. Here's Hayley Johnson now with a chance. Big tackle from Kalusic. Osborne. Early ball forward that's cut off by Murray. Cooney Cross will scoop it up. The cross was headed by Cage. Abdul Masi playing for the foul. Referee doesn't award it. Awunyon for Osborne. Now Stoltz first. And Stoltz first dribbles it out. She set up 2 of Halmerick's goals in her hat-trick last week. Very similar fashion, both off a corner from the same side, headed into almost the same spot by Halmerick. So, considering that Tigers have had troubles with corners and Spirit have had nothing but success, that's something to keep an eye on here this afternoon. Kalusic, wide for Gabila, the 14-year-old on the ball. Kalusic for Cooney Cross, well turned, but not a great pass. Obviously the sister of Matilda Kyra. Joins the club this season from the Central Coast Mariners in the academy setup there. Ball's fallen with Burton for the Tigers. Great ball inside to Bernardi. Tries to turn Stoltzfus with the tackle. Now Mortlock. Charlotte Mortlock's shot is blocked by Spirit. Still with Mortlock. She's headed towards the corner. And she wins the throw off the foot of Abdul Massi. Ball thrown inside to Johnson. Mortlock. And Mortlock gives up the ball for the goal kick. Kalusic being allowed to drive forwards. Has Gabila wide of her. That touch was too heavy. Headers made by Martin. Now Osborne challenging Burton. Bernardi. Ball forward. Not a great one. It's with Fukineko. Now with Abdul Massi inside for Osborne. Abdul Massi making a nice run, but the ball was too heavy. Ewan with the throw-in. And Mortlock straight into the face of Kalusic, who holds up well. She's got a task to do here now. Toria Kalusic gives up the corner. And she's in a bit of trouble here after copping that ball straight to the face from close range. It'll be Burton heading out to take the corner. Bo Burton for the Tigers. It's swinging in. Not enough to trouble Grace Smith. Tigers are still without their preferred backline combination this afternoon, with Maya Cameron having injured some ligaments in her ankle. She's also overseas anyway, celebrating graduation of her brother, I'm told, so that's exciting occasion for her, but between that and the injury, she's out this afternoon, and I'm told it's not a quick recovery. She should be out until July sometime. So Tigers looking to find a replacement for that right back position. Last week they had Cartier Clement there. This week they're trying Rosie Ewan. Interesting to see how that goes for them this afternoon. Here's Halmerick on the ball now. Chip over the top for Abdul Massi. Bit too wide, Ewan gets there first. Stoltzfus. Back to a Union, all her experience, what can she produce here? Stoltzfus crosses in, but there's no Spirit player challenging. It's with Kalusic, now her centre-back partner, Fukineko. Ball over the top for Stoltzfus. Cross isn't particularly threatening, but it's put Keach in an awkward position that she did well to get out of there. Johnson, good change of pace there from Hayley Johnson. Cartwright, ball into the area. Can't be brought down by either side and rolls through to goalkeeper Grace Smith. Crept through Osborne. Helmrich wasn't ready for it. Osborne to Cooney Cross. Now wide for Gabila. Kalusic. Gabila inside for Martin. And that's considered fair by the referee. Martin was less than enthused. All the way back with Jasmine Black making her second appearance for the Northern Tigers. Joined the side last week after the injury to goalkeeper Anna Norton, who broke her fingers against Mount Druitt. And Jasmine Black joins from Sydney FC. Abdulmasi for Halmerick. Back to Ella Abdulmasi. With the shot. The Black can claim relatively easy for someone of her talents. It is also Murray's first game against her old club, moving across this season to the Northern Tigers after being at Spirit last year. And the foul's given there to Rosie Ewan quite late by our referee. Keach goes long. Fukaneko wins the header. And Osborne on the bounce. She's tackled by Grass. It's with Burton now. Back to Grass. For Ewan. He's making a nice run forward. Union makes the tackle. And she's been excellent. Just elevated spirit since joining. And with 250 La Liga games under your belt, playing for clubs like Deportivo, like Alaves and Rayo Vallecano, she adds just an air of experience and class, knowing that she's played at the professional level for so long and now at 36 years old is helping these Spirit youngsters find a way in this league. Osborne makes up for the mistake with her tackle there. And I'm told by Tony Candy that Union has quite the presence in the locker room, which I was surprised by, considering last time I was here I was told she doesn't speak much English, but apparently she's improved really quickly and is a very intelligent lady who's picking up the English language skills very well. Headed away by Mortlock there as Spirit cross into Tiger territory. For Halmerick. The pass back to Stoltzfus was off target. Johnson. Sends it through to Smith. Now Kalusic. Pass was too slow to reach Halmerick. Bernardi could step across and make the interception. Owen with the header. It's fallen to Burton, now with Grass. For Dominikovic, the captain on the ball. Back to Cartwright. Dominikovic with the ball in. And initially spilled by Smith, but recovered on the bounce. I have to say there's a lot of chatter and there's a lot of noise coming from the Spirit supporters, but not actually a lot of cheers coming out of the cheer squad, so hopefully they can pick that up and get the atmosphere even more exciting as Cartwright puts one over the bar. Abdulmasi can't make the touch stick. Fukuneko for Osborne. She's got room to move here. Has Martin wide. Opts to play back to Gabila. It's with Kalusic now. For Osborne, that pass was well read by Grass. Inside to Johnson. Hayley Johnson wins a corner there. Desperate defending from the Northwest Sydney Spirit. And you'd have to say that the Tigers have had more of the opportunity, certainly better field position in these opening 18 minutes. Ball comes in from Burton. Smith is down. Cleared by Halmerick. And again by Cooney Cross. Gives Spirit a chance to reset. Good ball from Bernardi to Grass. Spirit have it back though with Abdulmasi. Ball forward for Awunyon. Great 1-2 between those two players. Keach with an excellent tackle. And she saves it from being a corner. That's some class defending from Isabella Keach. Stoltzfus. Abdulmasi back to Stoltzfus. She's being closed down by two Tigers and can't find a way out. They try the same plan. Doesn't work out for the Northwest Sydney Spirit. They have it back here with Kalusic now. All the way back with Smith. Pressure's coming. And the Tigers win it back, and that's an aggressive challenge from Kayla Osborne. I'm surprised we aren't seeing at least a warning for Kayla Osborne there. Almost a card-worthy offence from Osborne lashing out there, but it all started with Smith unable to clear the ball quickly and nearly getting tackled as the goalkeeper. So Spirit showing composure at the back, maybe a little bit too much. Murray standing over the ball against her former side. Savannah Murray can't keep the shot down, and sideline supporters are letting her know. So Spirit led off easily there for what could have been a really dangerous opportunity. Abdulmasi unhappy with the contact in the back. The referee, meanwhile, has no issues. Fukuneko gives the ball up. Awunyon makes the tackle. And that's another aggressive challenge, this time the other way. Advantage is played. And Black gets to the ball. Cartwright under some pressure from Martin. Burton. Dominikovic did well to keep the ball in. Burton, on the other hand, does less well as it heads out for a Spirit throw. Bernardi for Dominikovic. Spirit's chance. Can they settle things down? No, they're opting to go forward quickly. Abdulmasi kept it in. Now Osborne. Tackled by Grass. And that's an exciting matchup we have to look forward to the rest of this game. Already produced a few big moments. Stoltz first, back for Smith. Play's been stopped as Saffron Grass is getting some medical attention. And Tony Candy and Finn Garrity, both sides. It's been an exciting opening 23 minutes. Tigers have had the better of the possession and field position and probably opportunities, you'd have to say, but none have greatly troubled Grace Smith. Plenty of shots that weren't hitting the target, which would be disappointing for the Northern Tigers. Particularly that free kick, which Murray took and was in really prime spot, but didn't go close to the goal. So they'll be wanting to make these possession and field position count as they head into this second period of the first half. And it will resume with a drop ball for Spirit. Ball was with Grace Smith prior to play being stopped. Cartwright tries to head it into Martin. Ends up being a handball from Olivia Cartwright. Cooney Cross with the ball in. It's fallen to Mortlock. Mortlock clears. Fukuneko wins the header. But Grass is there. Now it's with Dominikovic. Looking to beat Shani Cooney Cross. She manages to get the cross in. Cleared by Spirit. Maddie Gabila loses out. And Johnson! Tigers break the deadlock with Hayley Johnson. Excellent cross from Burton, and Johnson was there with a tidy header to make it 1-0 to the Northern Tigers. And you'd have to say they deserve it too. They've been building, definitely had the better start to this game. And it's a big test now for the Northwest Sydney Spirit. How does this young group react? Sky Helmrich with a ball that Nearly touches the clouds. Abdul Masi for Union. Halmerick turns around Burton. Halmerick's shot is blocked by Grass. Cooney cross. Wide for Stoltzfus. That looks to have awoken the Spirit. They know they need one back here. Osborne. Halmerick. Can't keep the shot down. They haven't conceded goals the last 2 weeks, Spirit. Before that, it was a 5-1 win, so really the one goal conceded didn't matter too much. How do they react going down against local rivals? Gabila for Martin. Toria Martin goes around Cartwright, but can't keep the ball in. And Halmerick had prime opportunity there to level things up again. The shot just sailing over the crossbar. Cooney cross. Back for Lucy Fukuneko. Johnson coming to apply pressure. Ball is released in time, but no runners for the Spirit. Ewan lobs the ball forward. Kalusic with the initial header. Burton's got it now. Excellent ball for Johnson. Able to turn inside. Hayley Johnson. Cross was blocked by Fukuneko. Owinyon calmly brings it down. Cooney cross finds Martin. Back for Gabila. The ball forward is intercepted by Murray. Now it's with Kayla Osborne. Spirit just trying to settle into their style here. But they look rushed. A bit out of sorts this afternoon. Tigers have themselves another corner here. Last cross from that side of the field resulted in a Tigers goal. What can they produce here? It's Olivia Cartwright. And Lucy Fukuneko is down. Strong contact between her and Johnson. And she went down straight away in quite a concerning manner. They do have Ruby Sullivan on the bench, the Spirit, but obviously they do not want to make a substitution this early. They also have Erin Pridmore, who's started at centre back a couple of times this season. It's Sullivan, who's been sent down to warm up though. But this game could change the ladder around as things stand right now. Last week, with their win, the Northwest Sydney Spirit overtook Tigers on the ladder to jump to 4th. If Tigers get the win here today, which they're currently leading 1-0, they will repay the favour and go equal on points, but better on goal difference, and therefore Tigers will jump into that 4th position. And it looks like a substitution will have to be made. Lucy Fukuneko exits the action, and Ruby Sullivan makes her first appearance for the Spirit in 2025, returning from Sydney FC. Local junior coming through the mixed juniors and youth setup. Ruby Sullivan made her first grade debut at just 14 years old. Here's the Tigers. Dominikovic. Headed away by Kalusic. Now Ewan. And the Spirit can breathe a sigh of relief for now as they hold off another Tigers charge. Plenty of Ruby Sullivan's old teammates will be in the crowd for Tribe Day, having previously been part of the mixed youth setup and captaining the under-15s mixed youth team when she was a member. It's part of the Spirit philosophy to get some of their particularly talented young girls to play in the mixed setup if they think that'll help their development, and that's been the case for some of the players out there this afternoon, including Sullivan, Halmerick on the ball now, and Gabila, who's playing right back. Halmerick. Sky back for Kalusic. Cooney cross to Gabila. That was well done by Spirit. The last pass from Cooney cross, less so. Sullivan's got some room here. Johnson now. Has Cartwright. For Ewan. Bernardi back to Ewan. Looking to beat Stoltzfus, unable to do so. Osborne. Now Martin. Gabila. Ball was looking for Martin, headed away by Cartwright. Ball forward, Smith. With excellent control of her box. The Spirit just struggling to get through this Tigers attack, but silly mistakes like that from Grosh. She didn't need to push Kayla Osborne's head down. Just looking to settle things down here, Spirit. Get back to their style. Abdul Masi. Strong tackle from Burton. Ball's thrown for Osborne. Back to Stoltzfus. With the Spaniard, Union. Gabila cuts inside Dominikovic. Matty Gabila. Ball for Abdul Masi was slightly off target. And Karai looked almost stuck in the mud there. Couldn't reach the ball from Murray. Johnson turns past Kalusic. Sullivan is there to make amends. And Gabila's come out onto the left to balance things out. Side for Union. Back to Smith. Kalusic. Cooney Cross is tackled by Burton, who started this game really well. Bo Burton has the assist from the first goal and put in lots of important tackles, just as Spirit were looking to get forward. Haley Johnson. Headed away by Gabila. Abdul Masi puts Stoltzfus in a poor position. Able to get out. And the Spirit made getting out of the corner there look easier than it should have. I was just saying Bo Burton had put in some good challenges. That one, not so good, with a late effort on Christina Union. Gabila has Martin, who's been relatively quiet this first half. Back for Kalusic. Ball for Stoltzfus. Looking to feed Halmerick through. Fortunately, the Tigers knew the plan too and were able to stop it. Smith for Stoltzfus. Now it's with Osborne. Grass comes away with the ball. Now to Minikovic. Easy pickings for Smith. Union driving forward. Bernardi's in pursuit. Ball for Osborne was not the best. And it gives the Tigers a opportunity here. Burton. Dispossessed by Osborne. Stoltzfus now. Ewan has been really up to the task of defending Ella Abdulmasi. Sullivan taking too long. Gets another chance, finds a Union. They're forced all the way back to goalkeeper Grace Smith. And as we get closer to half-time, the Spirit cheer squad have lifted their efforts. Burton wins the corner. Cartwright was about to take the corner, but referees taking a moment to talk to the players, calm things down. Last corner, obviously, Fukuneko got injured and is now watching the remainder of the game. Smith palms it away and wins the free kick for aggressive challenge. Looks like Johnson was the player who committed the foul. Ruby Sullivan for Abdulmasi. Halmerick towards Martin, and a late foul has been given. An off the ball incident between Abdulmasi and Ewan. Plenty of protest by Rosie Ewan, but decision will stand. Northwest Sydney free kick, which Stoltzfus will take. Ariana Stoltzfus. Good ball into the area. Back of Halmerick's head. Jasmine Black dives on it. Not long to go in this first half. What do both sides have left heading into the break? Gabila wide for Cooney Cross. Did really well there with pressure coming from Burton. Evades that challenge. Now the ball forward for Halmerick, and Abdulmasi's on the ground. I'm not quite sure why. Stoltzfus with the forward run. Ariana Stoltzfus wins a corner. And every Tiger is back in the box ready to defend as we tick over the 45-minute mark. No doubt some injury time will be played. Cooney Cross puts the ball in towards the back stick. Johnson wins the initial header. Still bouncing around for Osborne. Back for Union. Wide to Shani Cooney Cross. Inside to Union again. Has time to wind up. Christina Union. That would have been some goal. Dips just too late for the Spaniard. And that is definitely their best chance of this first half. Tigers are complaining about something. I'm not sure what's aggravated Bo Burton. Between the two medical moments, Saffron Grass sought some attention, and then Lucy Fukuneko did as well, which led to her substitution. We will have a few minutes of injury time here, I'm sure. Cooney Cross with the header. Now a Union. She's tackled by Grass. Stoltzfus is there. And Ewan blocks the pass. She's been really strong tonight, making her starting debut for the Northern Tigers in first grade. Sullivan has Osborne. Now for Abdulmasi, does the splits trying to keep that ball and is then pushed down by Ewan. And Tony Candy is incensed. Dominikovic has come well out of her left wing position to have a chat to Ella Abdulmasi, and that doesn't look friendly. Awunyon for Abdulmasi. Cross comes in. Halmerick couldn't control it. Abdulmasi. Halmerick's cross is blocked. One free kick is going to be given on one side of the field, but the Tigers are enraged about an off-the-ball incident, with them suggesting El Abdulmasi has kicked Charlotte Mortlock off the ball, and they're demanding a red card, which I don't think will be given. But Chris Wood is animated on the sideline, and he is really aggrieved by Abdulmasi's behaviour there. Meanwhile, medical attention has come on for Spirit as Shani Cooney Cross is laid out here. This is a tense game, and this ending to the first half has certainly brought plenty of drama. One first half substitution was definitely not in the plan for Spirit. A second one would be really damaging to this side. Cooney Cross is up. She looks set to continue, which is good news for the home side. Free kick taken by Abdulmasi, and Osborne is taken out there. That did not look good on Kayla Osborne, and to be honest, I'm surprised we aren't heading for a spot kick. Black goes long. Ball is allowed to bounce, then Johnson. The first header, Sullivan on the second. Abdulmasi brings it down. She's tackled by Grass. Burton opts to play safe all the way back to Black. Sullivan. Abdulmasi. Keach sends it forward. Headed by Burton, and then Dominikovic with a ball through that just gives up possession. And that is the end of the first half here at Christie Park. As things stand, the Northern Tigers lead 1-0 over the Northwest Sydney Spirit in what's been a really exciting, emotions flaring in this first half, and no doubt the second half will continue to produce lots of drama, so make sure you stick around and keep an eye out for this second half.
Yeah, there was 21, number 21.
21?
That's out, yeah. Yeah, surprised no, like, my supervisor didn't get it either. But I couldn't see what number, but...
Hello, welcome back to the second half here at Christie Park. I'm Annabelle Banfield and very keen for this second half as the way the first half ended, tensions were flared with the final free kick and Nikola Dominikovic picking up a yellow card. Start the second half. Spirit, get us underway. The Sky Helmrich going long and both teams return for this second half with no substitutions made at half-time. We were kept very entertained at half-time with some of the Spirit Tribe Day activities. We had 8 different mini-field games going on, which certainly gave you plenty to look at as all of the Spirit juniors and youth kept things going. And an early free kick here for the Northern Tigers. For Savannah Murray to take. The shoulder of Kalusic, headed by Grass. Martin for Halmerick. Inside to Cooney Cross. Now Osborne, Cooney Cross. Good combination play, but it's fallen apart. Johnson for Burton. Little bit messy. What can Spirit do here? Great ball from Halmerick over the top for Abdul Masi. Ella Abdul Masi. Saved at the near post. Second cross comes in. Headed by Murray. And Cartwright does just enough to get it out of Gabila's path. Gabila with the throw. Cooney Cross for Union. Stoltz first. Abdul Masi. Now it's with Sullivan. Halmerick wants a free kick there. Referee doesn't think so. And Burton with a ball over the top that Kalusic can take hold of. Cooney Cross. Poor effort there. Now it's with Union. Stoltz first. Does her best to keep it in, but ends up conceding the goal kick in the process. As things stand right now, Northern Tigers are up 1-0 thanks to a goal from Hayley Johnson. And here's Nikola Dominikovic bursting into some space. The Kiwi crosses in and easy pickings for Smith. Kalusic. Clever run to Halmerick now, who wanted the foul for the push in the back. Burton unleashes. Not her best effort there. Halmerick wins the header. Now it's with Osborne. Abdul Masi. El Abdul Masi is surrounded by Tigers. She's still got the ball though. Keeps falling over, and Spirit want a few more fouls that the referee is just not interested in giving. Osborne Another Spirit throw here to be taken by Stoltzfus. Halmerick. Martin didn't bring it down well enough. Murray was able to win it. Now Burton forward for Dominikovic. Nikola Dominikovic spinning, looking for support. Gives Spirit time to step in and tackle her. Now Halmerick's ball forward did seem to Halmerick there letting her frustrations out. She is the top scorer in the league. She's also the most yellow carded player in the league, Sky Halmerick, with 4 yellows this season. Got to be careful that she doesn't pick one up here, doing silly things like that. As Murray puts the ball into the area. Kalusic with the header. Mortlock! And Charlotte Mortlock extends the lead for the Northern Tigers. Classy finish there. And the Tigers now up 2-0 on the Northwest Sydney Spirit. How can they respond here? How can they rescue the atmosphere at Tribe Day for the Northwest Sydney Spirit? How can this young group, most of them teenagers, show some courage and find 2 goals to get back in this one? Awunyan off the head of Abdul Masih. Yes, the drum's still going for Spirit, but really the energy, the enthusiasm, the faces on the sideline are not impressed. Cooney Cross has had a little bit of trouble this afternoon in making sure her pass gets to the intended destination. Stoltz looks inside and Halmerick's beaten to the ball. Sullivan to Halmerick. Now with Cooney Cross. Halmerick spinning into trouble there. She's been a little bit out of sorts this afternoon. Not the clinical, deadly striker we've seen so far this season. And can she find a way to get back in the game? I think that's the mark of a really class player. When it's not quite their day, when things aren't going your way, can you still find a way to be impactful? Dominikovic with the ball in. Johnson puts it in the net, but she was offside. And alarm bells are starting to go if you're Spirit. How can you find a way back into this? I really think it shows you just the quality all around of this league, though, that so many teams can match it week in, week out. You look at this ladder and it's surprising because there are so many talented teams that have beaten others, you know, all over the place. Last week, Northern Tigers going down to Apia. The week before, Spirit beat Apia 2-0, and now it's the Spirit who are struggling against the Tigers. So just shows you that on their day can be anyone's game in this league. As Cairo wins the interception there, and I think that's Mortlock for Bernardi. Charlotte Mortlock. Has Johnson wide, back to Mortlock. Cooney Cross with a crucial tackle. Abdul Masih is being forced back. Well and truly. Sullivan. It's a Spirit throw. Ball's with Osborne. Has Halmerick. Sky Halmerick. Crossed it to where Martin was. Only problem is she'd moved by that point. Cooney Cross. Martin off her head. It's back with the Tigers. Johnson brings it down. Cartwright over the top towards Burton, and it'll just curl out of bounds. And I think teams will really start to settle down as A-League signings come back in. Obviously Spirit today have Abdul Masih and Sullivan. Tigers with Jasmine Black in goals, but both teams were telling me pre-game that there's some real excitement about who they've got coming in. Azawunyon bursts onto this ball, has Halmerick, Sky Halmerick, across the face. But that was a good move for Spirit, and can that put a bit of spring in their step? There's still well over 30 minutes in this game, plenty of time for 2 goals as Tigers found out the hard way last week, conceding 3 second half goals to lose to Apia. Can the Spirit copy that playbook? As I was saying, next week could look different. Spirit are bringing in Princess Abini and Tiana Robertson as a goalkeeper. I'm also told that in a few weeks they'll be joined by Beth Gordon and Madison Mukamowski, who are both part of the championship winning MacArthur Rams last season. So Spirit are looking to support this young group with some experience and bring in some players who've shown their capability of getting the job done in this league. As for the Tigers, they were a little bit more hush-hush, but the news I was told is that they will be bringing back Tigers girls, born and bred Tigers girls, and in my head I immediately think of Lily McMahon and her impact that she had last year, and if she can rejoin the Tigers and get 2025 going for her. Limited minutes this season at the Central Coast Mariners. Also Josie Wilson, who's been at the Newcastle Jets. Well and truly a born and bred Tiger, having played at the club since she was 14. Sullivan towards Unyon. It's read well by Bernardi, but Unyon's skill, she has it back. She's driving forward. She's got room out here on the right. And the referee is told her to play on, and Spaniard is not happy. In fact, plenty of the Spirit girls have been unhappy with the referee's calls at times. Martin. Poor ball forward. But the pressure from Osborne allows Halmerick to win it back. Sky Halmerick for Abdul Masih. Ella Abdul Masih, shot blocked by Mortlock, who's been really good this afternoon. Osborne makes the tackle, and Osborne has her arm held by Burton. I'm not really sure why she's protesting. That one was obvious. As this place is known as the Arctic Circle, you can start to feel the temperature dropping a little bit at Christie. Sun going down for the afternoon. And it's star striker, current golden boot of the competition, Sky Halmerick, lining up and driving one in low and hard. Takes a deflection but ends up in the hands of Jasmine Black. Half an hour to go in this game. Spirit need 2 goals just to level it. Thanks to Northern Tigers taking a 2-0 lead with goals from Hayley Johnson in the first half, Charlotte Mortlock in the second. It's Cooney Cross would beat one player and another Tiger would just appear. Their defensive mentality, just always turning up for each other, are the girls from Turramurra. Black goes long. Bernardi with the initial touch. With the Spirit now. Stoltzfus looking to go around Ewan. Stoltzfus wins the corner, but it was good defending from Ewan to not allow the ball into the area. Ella Abdulmasi will take this corner. It was Shani Cooney Cross in the first half taking them from that side. Change of corner taker. Will it produce results? Halmerick gets her head to it first, but up and underneath, and it rises over the goal. Jasmine Black just heading around the fence to get the ball. Taken long. Aunyon gets up to it. It's fallen to Gabila. Gabila's ball forward was not the best. Now grass. Gabila makes amends and with that interception. Just 14 years old and shows great mental fortitude to move on quickly from any mistakes. Martin. Now Gabila back to Martin. Victoria Martin with a speculative ball that Mortlock has gotten to. Ewan. Bernardi. Bernardi inside towards Ewan. Tackled by Abdulmasi. Stoltzfus for Union, and that one has to be a foul. Substitutions for the Northwest Sydney Spirit. Heading on will be number 3, Erin Pridmore, number 18, Sienna Hawkins, and number 25, Michaela Gavranich. Leaving this afternoon's match, Victoria Martin, Maddie Gabila, and Ella Abdulmasi. So now the Spirit have made 4 of their changes. Tigers yet to mess with the starting lineup. And really, when you're up 2-0 against one of the top sides in the league, you'd be more than happy with the way these girls are performing. Cartwright concedes the foul. Murray, headed back, Pridmore. And with Pridmore's inclusion into the game, it brings about a shuffle in the back line. Ruby Sullivan heads to right back. Pridmore slots in central defensive role. Changes of both wingers as Hawkins comes on the left and Gavranich on the right. They're trying to get these chances back up again, the Spirit juniors, but limited enthusiasm from the rest of the crowd. Burton, ball forward for Dominikovic. She'll get to it first. The Tigers captain finds Bo Burton. Back to Dominikovic. Cross comes in. Headed away by Pridmore. Kayla Osborne. Awunyon. What can she do with all her experience? Finds Hawkins. Hawkins dribbles it out of bounds. And really, they would have been looking for better situation to come of that opportunity. Pridmore. Ball's too far ahead of Stoltzfus. We're now halfway through this second half. Still it's the Tigers who are up by 2 goals. Osborne with a smart turn. Osborne beats 2. Clever footwork. And the ball forward for Halmerick, who puts it in the net, but she was offside. Made the run slightly too early. Positive signs for the Spirit. Can they reproduce it with an onside run? That skill by Kayla Osborne to beat 2 of the best tacklers in the league, in my opinion, in Beth Bernardi and Saffron Grass, just shows her quality. Halmerick for Hawkins. Sienna Hawkins will have a corner. Sienna Hawkins currently the top scorer in the reserve. Reserve grade was the former name. I do apologise. In the under-23s competition. Coming off the bench today for the first grade, and final substitution happening for the Northwest Sydney Spirit. Coming off is their captain, Kayla Osborne, and into the action, number 29, Lacey Wynn. They're going all out to get these goals back. Interesting to see how this goes, because I think Kayla had been one of Spirit's best on ground. Ball comes in from Cooney Cross. Edge of the area with Gavranich. The junior Matilda on the ball. Looking to beat Murray, unable to do so. Gets the cross in. Deflection falls to Win. We're back with Sullivan. Ruby Sullivan puts a ball in. It's fallen well to Halmerick, and a big save from Jasmine Black. They need a little bit of luck here, Spirit. They're starting to put together some good passages of play. I think when one hits the net, there's no telling what could happen after that. Cooney cross. Burton wins the foul after Union pushes her in the back. Energy's lifting for the Spirit. Sullivan's being told to stop creeping forward. She has Halmerick. Wide for Stoltzfus. Burst inside with speed, and that is a definite yellow card for Charlotte Mortlock. Don't want to see challenges like that in the game when it's just obviously dirty there. Halmerick, she's scored from this sort of range this season. It's the perfect time for her to get a goal in and start the Spirit comeback. What can their superstar Sky produce? Halmerick keeps it low, keeps it on target, but Black able to dive on it. Going long. Awunyon gets up for the header. Hawkins. Cooney cross. Wide for Sullivan. Gavranich back to Sullivan. Halmerick flicks it wide. Michaela Gavranich gets inside. Olivia Cartwright. Gavranich, ball just over the head of Hawkins. Out wide with Stoltz for second cross comes in. Second shot, I should say. Massive save from Jasmine Black. And it's Stoltz who's heading out to take the corner. She created 2 goals last week from corners taken. Onto the head of Halmerick and into the back of the net. Is this the moment for the Northwest Sydney Spirit? Fresh off a Team of the Week performance. Stoltzfus, ball into the area, and it curls all the way in! Ariana Stoltzfus! Special goal there! And the Spirit comeback has begun. Now down 2-1 against the Northern Tigers, and that's now 3 Olympico goals in the last 2 weeks. Clearly not a specialty for Jasmine Black and the Tigers' defence. No doubt other teams will keep an eye on that and will be trying to curl them in the next few weeks when they face the Tigers. Having seen Arpia and now Spirit have success with the tactic. As things stand, Northern Tigers up 2-1 over the Northwest Sydney Spirit. Ball played into the corner. Johnson's on it. Can she find a way out? Pridmore's there in defence. Erin Pridmore makes the tackle, gives up the throw. As we've got a break in the play here, make sure you check out the Kickoff Football New South Wales official podcast hosted by myself and Teo Pellizzeri. This month's episode, we chatted to James Hilton of the Marconi Stallions, Isabella Cocodicipio for Bulls FC Academy, and also Jack Sam Armson. Getting my Armsons right. Both brothers play for Inter Lions in the League One men's competition. Also, do check out all the articles being written up on the Football New South Wales website. Just yesterday, exciting article came out about Spirit's own Sky Halmerick and the phenomenal season she's been having. As I said, last 3 games, 8 goals to her name, 2 hat-tricks and a brace. Still goalless here this afternoon. Can she be the one to equalise? Kalusic now on the ball. Pridmore. Great ball forward for Gavranic. Michaela Gavranic, just 16 years old. She cuts inside Cartwright. Ball into Union. Back to Gavranic. And she's run off the ball. In that situation, just on the edge of her own, on the edge of the box, I'm surprised Union didn't pull the trigger for herself. Or at least steer it goalward. Black goes long, off the head of Johnson. Pridmore. Sullivan now has time. And Savannah Murray sends it onto the shade awning. Halmerick. Sky Halmerick unleashes. Black now just taking her time, trying to steady things for her team, who are trying to hold up amid an onslaught of Spirit pressure. Gavranic has win. Poor pass means Johnson can creep onto the ball. It's with Bernardi now. She's being forced back to Murray. Now Black, who made her A-League debut this season for Sydney FC, facing up against her A-League's teammate, Ruby Sullivan, who plays right back for the Spirit. Poor pass from Kalusic, and this is a good opportunity for Dominikovic now. She's trying to show her speed. Bursts around Pridmore and Smith. Very important tackle to come out and make. Grace Smith just clutching her head now. Hope the goalkeeper is okay after pretty heavy challenge with Dominikovic. Sullivan gives up the throw, but an exciting tackle there. Off the head of Johnson. Kalusic tries to keep it in, unable to do so. There were some shaky moments for the Tigers after conceding. They look to be back to their ways. Off the shoulder of Johnson. Lacey Wynn. Got another go at it here. Lacey Wynn with a good ball forward. Gavranic steaming onto the ball. And Murray. Important sliding challenge. As I said, Murray facing off against her former side. Last year she donned the yellow and black for Spirit here at Christie Park. Sullivan tried the nutmeg. Hayley Johnson didn't fall for it. And Johnson lashing out against the young teenager. Halmerick. No foul, says our referee Nina Cortese. Kalusic. Ball over the top. Gavranic should get there. Murray did it first. Murray gives up the corner. And this is how they scored their first goal. Ariana Stoltzfus, all on her own, curling it in. Last week they scored 2 off corners. Can they repeat the magic here? Ariana Stoltzfus. It's fallen to Hawkins. Can't keep the shot down. They need more corners. The Spirit, they look very dangerous from the flag. Northern Tigers making their first substitutions of the game. Coming on, number 44, Isla Witham, and number 26, Amy Longhurst. Set to replace Beth Bernardi and Nikola Dominikovic. So it looks like Mortlock would slot back into the midfield. As Northern Tigers replace their wingers. Isla Witham onto the right wing, Amy Longhurst the left. Johnson now donning the captain's armband for Mortlock. Saffron grass. Cartwright, no rush to get this throw back in. So to Longhurst. Offside after she took the throw. It was Olivia Cartwright. It'll be Sullivan taking the free kick from close to her own goal line. Baseline. Lacey Wynn. Surrounded by Tigers and wins the foul, gets the pass off as she does so. Great strength shown by Lacey Wynn. Sullivan has another chance at a free kick and no short options. Frustrated by that, and Sullivan has to go long. Once again with Lacey Wynn. Poor cross. Johnson. Back to Smith. Off the head of Cartwright. Now Sullivan towards Gavranich. Murray heads it out. Towards Gavranich. Sullivan follows up. Halmerick on the ball. Sullivan, it's a bit scrappy now. Longhurst it is who comes away with it. Sullivan towards Halmerick. Can't make the touch stick. Johnson with the ball over the top. Aimed for Burton. I don't think it's the pass she was after. Smith unhappy with her efforts there. Just over 5 minutes of regulation here at Christie Park. As it stands, Northern Tigers are up 2-1 with goals to Hayley Johnson and Charlotte Mortlock for the Tigers. Ariana Stoltzfus curling one in from the corner for the Spirit. And they'll have a free kick here. Sky Halmerick is brought down, and in a bit of discomfort is Sky Halmerick. But she doesn't need physio attention. She's up. Good to go, albeit limping slightly. Stoltzfus, the American, going down the wing with him, coming back. Stoltzfus, her shot hits side netting. Northwest Sydney Spirit, they're going for this equaliser. They're moving into a back three. They want more players forward. Finding this second crucial goal for the home side. And it's now Kalusic, Pridmore and Sullivan in the back. As Stoltzfus steps up to be a second winger. Tigers want to make a substitution. They've just got to find a way to communicate that to the referees. Which Chris Wood is having some trouble getting their attention. Finally, the referee sees Tigers making another substitution. Number 10, Charlotte Mortlock, scored the second goal for the Tigers, is finished for today, and on comes Jade McAtamney. Her third season in Tigers. I should say her third season in Tigers colours. Pridmore goes long onto the chest of Keach. Follows it up with a header. Good skill from Witham. Tigers are upset. They wanted that throw in. It's been awarded the way of the Spirit. Hawkins able to turn. Back to Stoltzfus. Cuts inside. The American with the cross. Gavranic is there at the back post. She has Cooney Cross coming in support. Gavranic plays it in to Union. Cartwright sends it long and out of trouble. Hayley Johnson catches a flat-footed Pridmore. Cuts inside. Early cross, but there were no Tigers there. Not long to go now. Spirit looking long towards Gavranic. Out off the head of Cartwright. Sullivan throws for Halmerick. Turns inside. Great ball for Stoltzfus. Crucial defending by Johnson. Union cuts inside, finds Hawkins. Halmerick's shot is blocked by Ewan. Falls to Pridmore. Win. Desperate Tigers defending is keeping them up. Witham has McAtamney in support. And Spirit need to get back. There are plenty of players half-heartedly getting back defensively. Luckily Smith is there to block the cross. Once again she is gesturing long. Grace Smith off the head of grass. Well directed towards her winger Amy Longhurst. Love the Maradona. Cuts inside. The pass straight to Spirit's Christina Unyonen. Clever piece of skill there. What experience can she bring? Over 250 games played in La Liga. Headed away by Keach. Halmerick was looking to shepherd it for a corner. Instead, she is down and out. She snapped the corner post out of its holder. And looks like it'll be a drop ball, no free kick. Not the greatest situation for Spirit with Gavranic had been her player. It gives the Tigers a chance to come back and defend her. Cross comes in. It's curling. Not far enough. Goal kick awarded. We are now in the 45th minute of this second half. Tigers doing everything they can to hold on to this lead. Spirit desperately seeking an equaliser. All to play for in these final moments. Jasmine Black, as has been the game plan all afternoon, will go long off this goal kick. Aiming for the header Johnson. And does well. Sullivan has it wide towards Gavranich. Cartwright gets there first. Spirit throw. Ruby Sullivan has Halmerick, and Halmerick pushed to the ground. Referee says no foul. Ruby Sullivan, her first game this season in Spirit colours. Can she find a way to salvage a point? Hawkins. And they have a corner here. Stoltzfus heading out to take it. This is how they scored the first goal. Can they recreate it? Last week it was almost copy and paste from the corner for 2 of their goals. Can Stoltzfus make something special happen here? Ariana Stoltzfus from the corner. It is curling towards the back post. And Spirit is celebrating, but it's hit side netting, and that was the movement in the net. Oh, so close for the Northwest Sydney Spirit. Desperately seeking to salvage something here as part of their Tribe Day celebrations. Falls to McAtamney. Cooney Cross with the ball forward. Halmerick puts the ball in for Stoltzfus. And Jasmine Black does just enough. Time may be the enemy of Spirit here. They've definitely got momentum. They've got another corner here. I apologise, they do not. The full-time whistle has been blown. And the Northern Tigers take the win here against their rivals at Christie Park. 2-1 over the Northwest Sydney Spirit. First half, lovely headed goal for Hayley Johnson, and early in the second half, Charlotte Mortlock got what would be the winner. Stoltzfus had one back from the corner flag, curling one in. But it wasn't to be for the Northwest Sydney Spirit on their Tribe Day celebrations, as all the juniors and youth flood the field now, getting ready for the men's game afterwards. I'm Annabelle Banfield, and thanks for tuning in for a super exciting match. With that result, the Northern Tigers will jump the Spirit on the ladder and head back into 4th place. Spirit slipped to 5th. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for all the rest of the NPL New South Wales women's action across the league.